Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly draw others toward them, as if a magnet had been placed inside their presence, while others struggle to be noticed or remembered, no matter how hard they try? It's not about beauty, wealth, or charm, though the world often tells you that it is. The truth runs much deeper. The force that creates this invisible pull is hidden in something deceptively simple: words. Every conversation you have carries a subtle energy, a vibration that can either attract or repel. Most people underestimate this power because they focus on what they are saying instead of how what they say touches the soul of the person they are speaking to. Words are more than a string of letters or sounds. They are the currency of human connection. Each word has the ability to spark curiosity, to awaken emotion, to create a sense of safety, intimacy, and desire, even before anyone has seen your face or shared a moment with you. Imagine being able to enter any room, speak, and feel people leaning in naturally, drawn by the energy that radiates from every syllable. This isn't a fantasy. It's a skill you can learn, a subtle art of influence that starts with understanding the psychology of connection. Your words can create moments where people feel truly seen, where their minds open slightly, and their hearts respond without them even realizing why. There is a reason why certain phrases linger in your memory, why a few lines from a conversation can stay with you long after the moment has passed. It is because words have the power to tap into the deepest parts of our minds, triggering emotions and desires that are often hidden beneath the surface. By choosing your words carefully, by speaking with intention and authenticity, you can make people feel a pull toward you that is irresistible. And here's the most powerful part. It doesn't require manipulation, acting, or pretending to be someone you are not. It requires awareness, presence, and the courage to step into a space where your voice carries meaning. When used correctly, the right words can spark curiosity, trust, and attraction almost instantly, making others feel a connection they can't quite explain. If you stay with this message until the end, you will discover the exact 4 words that hold this transformative power. You will learn how to use them with confidence, how to awaken genuine interest, and how to create a magnetic presence in every interaction. This is not just about attracting someone, it's about becoming the person whose presence naturally draws others in. By the time you finish listening, you will understand how to harness the energy hidden in language to create moments of irresistible connection, moments where people feel valued, intrigued, and drawn to you in ways that feel effortless and natural. The journey begins with recognizing that every word you speak carries power, and the right words, delivered with intention, can change everything. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and instantly capture attention without saying a word, while others struggle to be acknowledged no matter how loudly they try to speak? The difference isn't superficial. It lies in the way humans respond to emotion, to energy, and to subtle signals that go far beyond appearances. Attraction is rarely about what you look like or the status you hold. It is about the way you make people feel. Every interaction, every exchange of words, carries an invisible weight, a resonance that can either pull people toward you or push them away. People are drawn to warmth, to authenticity, to the sense that someone sees them fully and understands them without judgment. When your words trigger this response, you create a magnetic energy that feels irresistible. Curiosity sparks, interest awakens, desire ignites. Deep within the human mind, there are psychological triggers waiting to be activated: need for recognition, longing for connection, subtle desire for validation. Most people miss this entirely because they focus on the wrong elements, believing that charm, cleverness, or flattery are what attracts attention. Those things fade quickly. The emotional imprint you leave, however, lasts long after the conversation ends. Understanding this shifts everything. You no longer chase people or try to impress. You awaken something within them that naturally draws them closer. It is an art of emotional resonance, of creating a silent signal that communicates value, attentiveness, and intrigue. When used consciously, your words can bypass superficial defenses, reaching straight to the parts of the brain that crave connection. The way you phrase something, the choice of your tone, the simplicity of your message, all of this shapes perception, influence, and attraction. A few well-chosen words can make someone feel seen, understood, and appreciated in a way that feels rare, even magical, because it taps into an unconscious longing we all share, the desire to matter. Imagine being able to make someone feel this pull, this deep resonance, without force or pretense, simply by speaking with awareness and intention. The 4 words you are about to discover are designed to do exactly that. They bypass manipulation and hit straight at emotional truth. When spoken with genuine presence, they spark curiosity and openness in ways that few other methods can achieve. These words create the subtle energy of connection, the kind that lingers long after the conversation has ended, making people feel drawn to your presence almost instinctively. By understanding what truly attracts others, you begin to see every interaction not as a performance, but as an opportunity to connect, to awaken interest, and to leave an impression that feels effortless yet powerful. The knowledge you gain here is not about changing who you are. It is about amplifying the energy that already exists within you, refining it into a force that resonates, inspires, and pulls others toward you naturally in ways that feel authentic and magnetic. There is a hidden current running beneath every human interaction, a silent force that guides attraction, influence, and connection. It is not something you can see, but you can feel it in the way a conversation flows, in the subtle tension of attention, in the spark that ignites when someone feels understood. The science behind this is rooted in the way our brains process emotion and social signals. Humans are wired to respond to certain cues: warmth, authenticity, attentiveness, and validation. When these cues are triggered, the brain releases chemicals that create a sense of pleasure, safety, and curiosity. This is why some people feel magnetic even before they speak a single word. Words are powerful because they carry these cues. They can evoke feelings, ignite intrigue, and create a bond that feels effortless yet profoundly compelling. Most people never tap into this because they focus on performance rather than presence. They believe attraction is about impressing, showing off, or saying the right thing. In truth, attraction is about resonance. It is about making someone feel a subtle pull, a sense that being near you matters. This pull is created not by manipulation, but by the alignment of your words with genuine emotional energy. Every phrase you speak has the potential to either reinforce connection or dismantle it. Timing, tone, and authenticity are not optional. They are essential. Saying the right thing at the wrong time or with the wrong energy nullifies impact. When you speak with awareness, your words reach deeper than conscious thought. They touch the part of the mind that responds to feeling seen, valued, and understood. People are subconsciously drawn to those who validate their existence, who spark curiosity, and who create a sense of safety. These triggers are universal, yet most people communicate without intention, scattering their energy in ways that repel rather than attract. By understanding the psychology behind influence, you gain the ability to activate these triggers with precision. A carefully chosen phrase, delivered with calm confidence and authenticity, can make someone feel a magnetic connection they cannot explain. It creates a sense of intrigue and warmth that lingers long after the moment has passed. This is not about changing who you are or pretending to be someone else. It is about recognizing the power already within you and learning to direct it intentionally. When you speak from this place of presence, when your words carry the energy of genuine interest and emotional resonance, you begin to naturally draw people toward you. They feel it instinctively, responding not to superficial charm, but to the subtle, invisible force you have learned to awaken. This understanding transforms not only how others perceive you, but how you perceive yourself. Confidence, clarity, and magnetic presence emerge naturally when you align your language with the psychology of attraction, making every interaction an opportunity to connect, inspire, and influence on a level that feels effortless yet profoundly powerful. Most people go through life unaware of the invisible barriers they create between themselves and others. They try too hard to impress, overthink every word, and cling to the belief that charm or appearance alone will open doors. What they fail to see is that true attraction is not built on surface-level qualities, but on emotional resonance. It is built on the ability to make someone feel a connection so subtle, yet so powerful, that they are drawn toward you without realizing why. The human brain is wired to respond to cues of validation, understanding, and intrigue. When these cues are present, people feel a magnetic pull. When they are absent, no amount of effort can create the bond that feels natural and compelling. Most failures in connection occur because people overlook the psychological triggers that govern human attention. They speak without presence, without aligning their words with the energy they want to project. Every word, every pause, every inflection carries emotional weight. Misalign them and the opportunity is lost. Align them intentionally, and the effect is transformative. You can create curiosity, trust, and desire with a simplicity that most people cannot comprehend. It is not manipulation and it is not deceit. It is a deep understanding of human nature, combined with the courage to express yourself authentically. This is where most people stumble, fear. They are afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to show genuine interest, and afraid to take emotional risks. Yet vulnerability is the bridge that connects souls. It is the conduit through which attraction flows. Without it, words are hollow, gestures empty, and presence unnoticed. When you overcome this fear, your energy shifts. People respond not just to what you say, but to the confidence and authenticity that radiate from you. You become magnetic, not because you are trying to be, but because your presence resonates with psychological patterns that naturally draw attention and interest. Timing, energy, and alignment become your allies. A single phrase delivered with awareness can spark curiosity and connection in ways that superficial charm cannot. The most powerful words are the ones that awaken something within the listener, a sense of being understood, recognized, and valued. These triggers are universal, yet subtle. They require awareness, practice, and the willingness to step into the space of intentional communication. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to create this magnetic energy, to leave a lasting impression, and to forge connections that feel effortless yet profoundly compelling. By mastering these principles, you are not simply learning how to attract others, you are learning how to embody the presence and emotional clarity that naturally draws people toward you. You are transforming how you engage with the world, shaping every encounter into an opportunity for connection, influence, and authentic attraction. This is the foundation upon which everything else builds. The stage where the 4 words you are about to learn will resonate most powerfully, activating desire, intrigue, and the magnetic pull that can change the way people respond to you forever. There is a truth most people fail to grasp. Attraction is never about chasing attention, trying harder, or forcing connection. It is about creating a space where others feel naturally drawn to you, where your presence, your energy, and your words align to awaken curiosity, warmth, and desire. Every human being craves connection, yet most interactions are shallow, transactional, or misaligned with the deeper emotional triggers that make people feel magnetically pulled toward someone. People are not consciously aware of why they feel drawn to certain individuals, but their brains respond to subtle cues, validation, emotional resonance, attentiveness, and the energy that accompanies every word. When you speak without awareness, these cues are lost, and attraction diminishes. When you speak with presence and intention, every word becomes a tool to connect, influence, and resonate. This requires a shift in perspective. You must move from trying to impress or perform to understanding and activating the emotional signals that matter most. Timing becomes critical. Tone becomes critical. Authenticity becomes non-negotiable. People are drawn to those who convey confidence without arrogance, interest without neediness, and presence without desperation. These qualities, subtle though they are, can be conveyed through language alone when combined with emotional clarity. The 4 words you are about to learn work because they activate exactly these patterns. They are simple in structure yet profound in effect. They bypass superficial judgment, speaking directly to the parts of the mind that respond to emotional resonance. They create intrigue without manipulation, desire without coercion, and connection without effort. The energy behind the words is what truly matters, because humans respond first to emotion and second to logic. When your intent is authentic, your presence is magnetic, and your words align with these forces, you trigger a response that feels effortless, natural, and deeply compelling. It is not about changing yourself. It is about amplifying the energy that already exists within you, refining it into a force that resonates with those around you. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to practice this alignment, to feel the subtle pull of attraction, and to understand how psychological triggers operate in real time. Awareness is your first step. Presence is your second. Intentional action is the third. Once these are in place, the words themselves become almost magical. They do not create superficial charm or fleeting attention. They create lasting emotional resonance that others feel, remember, and respond to. By mastering this approach, You stop chasing and start embodying the qualities that naturally draw people in. Your interactions are no longer random or uncertain. They are deliberate, magnetic, and transformative. You are not just influencing attraction, you are creating an energy that leaves a mark, awakens interest, and opens doors that were previously closed. The 4 words are powerful because they are the culmination of this understanding, a tool to focus the magnetic energy you already carry into something others cannot resist. The moment you understand that attraction is rooted in emotional resonance rather than effort or performance, everything changes. People are not drawn to perfection, they are drawn to presence. They are drawn to the energy that makes them feel seen, heard, and understood. Every word you speak carries weight, whether you realize it or not. Each phrase can spark curiosity, ignite desire, and create an invisible connection, or it can repel, leaving others disengaged without explanation. Most people fail because they overlook this subtle truth. They focus on appearances, clever lines, or rehearsed charm, missing the invisible triggers that awaken genuine interest. The brain responds to authenticity, warmth, and attentiveness. It responds to the unspoken message behind the words, the emotion that flows through the tone, the timing, and the confidence that accompanies delivery. These cues are what make someone magnetic, even if they say very little. Understanding this gives you power. You can shape perception, influence emotions, and create attraction through a combination of presence and intention. It is not manipulation, it is alignment with the natural psychology of human connection. The 4 words you are about to discover operate on this principle. They bypass superficial judgment and speak directly to the unconscious mind, activating curiosity, interest, and emotional engagement in a way that feels effortless yet profoundly compelling. They work because they tap into universal human desires, the need to be seen, to matter, and to experience a connection that feels rare and genuine. Saying these words with the right energy and intent can transform the way people respond to you. They create an invisible pull that draws attention without forcing it, sparking interest without desperation, and generating warmth without artificiality. Mastering this requires more than memorization. It requires presence. It requires awareness of the energy you project, the emotional undertone in your voice, and the subtle signals that influence perception. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to refine this skill, to sense the effect your words have, and to adjust with intentionality. This is not about changing who you are. It is about amplifying what already exists within you, the natural charisma, confidence, and emotional clarity that can be turned into a magnetic force. When you combine awareness with authentic expression, your words carry weight far beyond their literal meaning. They resonate with the emotional patterns that govern attraction, making people feel drawn to you in ways they cannot articulate. This power is available to anyone willing to step into their presence and speak with intentionality. It transforms interactions from ordinary exchanges into moments of profound connection, leaving lasting impressions and creating a magnetic energy that others naturally gravitate toward. The 4 words are the key to channeling this power, focusing the energy you already possess into something that ignites curiosity, opens emotional doors, and establishes an invisible bond that others feel instantly. Every interaction you have is a reflection of the energy you carry and the intention behind your words. People are constantly scanning for authenticity, for emotional alignment, for the subtle signals that reveal whether someone is genuinely present or simply performing. Most attempts at connection fail because these signals are overlooked. You can speak perfectly crafted sentences, yet if your energy does not align with what you are saying, your words fall flat, leaving no impression, no pull, no resonance. Attraction is not built on external effort. It is built on internal clarity, emotional presence, and the ability to trigger subconscious responses that make people feel understood and valued. Every human being has an innate desire to be recognized and appreciated. When this desire is acknowledged in subtle, deliberate ways, it creates a magnetic effect that draws attention naturally and effortlessly. This is the essence of the power you can wield with the right words, spoken with presence and intention. The 4 words you are about to embrace work because they bypass the superficial layers of social interaction and tap directly into these deep psychological triggers. They create curiosity, spark engagement, and establish an invisible connection before anyone consciously realizes it. The beauty of this approach is that it requires neither force nor pretense. It is not about manipulating others or presenting a false persona. It is about amplifying the magnetic energy that already exists within you, refining it into a form that resonates with those around you on a subconscious level. Timing, tone, and alignment with emotional energy are critical. Speak without awareness, and the words lose their potency. Speak with intentionality and authenticity, and they carry a force that feels natural, effortless, and compelling. This is the foundation upon which every powerful connection is built, the combination of emotional resonance, clarity of presence, and alignment between what is said and the energy behind it. When you master this alignment, your presence alone becomes enough to capture attention. Your words become tools to ignite interest, curiosity, and desire. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to leave a lasting impression, to create an invisible bond, and to evoke emotions that linger long after the moment has passed. By understanding the psychology of influence and attraction, and by learning to channel your natural energy through these 4 words, you gain the ability to transform ordinary exchanges into magnetic encounters. The effect is subtle yet profound, changing the way people perceive you and the way they respond to your presence. This is not about external validation or superficial appeal. It is about mastering the art of emotional influence, creating moments of connection that feel effortless and genuine, and establishing an energy that others instinctively gravitate toward. The 4 words are the catalyst that focuses this power, turning awareness and presence into tangible attraction and giving you the ability to create influence and resonance wherever you go. The moment you realize that attraction is an energy, not an achievement, everything begins to shift. People are drawn not to effort, words, or appearance alone, but to the subtle signals that indicate confidence, presence, and authenticity. Every conversation, every interaction carries an emotional imprint, whether you intend it or not. Most people never notice this because they focus on surface-level impressions, thinking that charm or flattery is enough to capture attention. True attraction is rooted in resonance. It is the invisible force that makes someone lean in, feel curious, and want to engage without conscious thought. Your words are the conduit for this force. Each phrase, each pause, each inflection can either amplify it or diminish it. When your energy aligns with your intention, your words create emotional ripples that move through the subconscious, triggering desire, trust, and connection. This is why awareness, timing, and authenticity are non-negotiable. It is not manipulation or trickery. It is the alignment of your internal state with the signals that naturally draw people toward you. The 4 words you are about to learn are powerful because they encapsulate this principle. They do not require explanation or justification. They bypass surface judgments and speak directly to the psychological triggers that make humans feel drawn to someone. They create intrigue without effort, warmth without pretense, and connection without neediness. When spoken with presence, they activate attention, curiosity, and emotional engagement in ways that ordinary conversation cannot. To harness this power, you must first become aware of your energy. Presence is the foundation. It is the internal state that communicates more than words ever could. People respond first to how you make them feel, then to what you say. This understanding shifts the entire dynamic of attraction. You no longer chase, impress, or seek validation. Instead, you embody a magnetic energy that draws others toward you effortlessly. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to practice, refine, and amplify this energy. Your words become more than communication, they become instruments of influence and resonance. Confidence is no longer external or performative. It is a natural byproduct of alignment, presence, and intentional action. When you combine this energy with the strategic power of these 4 words, you create a magnetic force that feels inevitable, effortless, and deeply compelling. People are not consciously aware of why they feel drawn to you, yet the pull is undeniable. Your presence resonates with patterns in the human mind that seek connection, recognition, and emotional engagement. By mastering this alignment, you are not simply learning to attract others, you are stepping into a new level of personal power, influence, and authenticity. The 4 words act as a catalyst, focusing this energy into a form that can be experienced, felt, and responded to naturally. They transform ordinary interactions into moments of magnetic connection, leaving lasting impressions that draw people toward you in ways that feel effortless yet profoundly real. The energy you project is far more influential than any words you speak, yet words are the bridge between your presence and the emotional response of others. People do not respond to what you try to show them. They respond to what you make them feel. Every pause, every inflection, every carefully chosen word carries the ability to trigger emotion, curiosity, and desire. Most people underestimate this power because they focus on external actions, trying harder, impressing more, or performing to be